My name is Mr. Glicerio A. Manalo, a science teacher from Manila, the Philippines. I have a degree in biology and English language education. I chose biology because I am fascinated with life, may it be human, plants, or animals, the environment and its preservation, and the interaction among living and non-living organisms that defines our purpose as an individual. Respect for life is something I want to share to my students. I also pursued an English language course because I want to assist the limited English proficient students in the classroom. I believe that this is one of my strengths as a teacher, apart from being academically competent, committed, and hardworking. I can be very sensitive to the language needs of my students. Being a proponent of a learner-centered instruction, I often develop content-based instructional materials in order to assist the lab students in the classroom, and activity-based lessons aimed at meeting the needs and the diverse learning styles in the classroom. However, there are times when I can be very lax, most probably due to the fact that I understand them and I sometimes give in to them easily. As a teacher, I can recall two worth mentioning accomplishments. One would be the construction of the mini zoo which I initiated. This facility is very special to me because of my passion and advocacy for the preservation of the environment. Through this facility also, I taught the students about animal welfare, taxonomy, ecology, and animal behavior quite easily because they can interact with real animals. My second most memorable experience as a teacher was when I became an advisor of a class which was considered to be the worst in that year level. Through them, I realized that teaching is not only about imparting knowledge, but also about touching the hearts of the students. I came to realize that my purpose as a teacher is to teach the minds, touch the hearts, and transform the lives of every student entrusted to my care so that they will become better and functional members of the community. As a responsible teacher, I recognize that parents play a vital role in the continuing education of the students. As parents, they must be regularly updated with the classroom standing of their kids through phone calls, short notes, circulars, or mails. As a biology teacher, I feel that one of the most important things students should learn is respect for life and the interdependence of the organisms in the ecosystem. Because this topic does not only concern preservation of the environment, but it also tackles the practical application of human relationship with other members of the community. The next would be the importance of understanding and valuing how magnificently the human body is engineered, how it functions, and how to keep it healthy. One of the critical issues in my subject area is cloning. Students would always ask why cloning a human is wrong. I usually integrate reading in my teaching of biology by adapting teaching strategies which would enhance their comprehension skills. I often use KWL chart, anticipation guide, and varied graphic organizers. Through these aids, students get to read the topic, work on it, and share to the class what they have learned either orally or in written. I follow the student-centered approach in teaching. I implement group activities both inside and outside the classroom, differentiated instruction, content-based instruction, demonstrations, and thematic teaching. I implement cooperative learning where students help each other in learning, in achieving a goal. Using these techniques, I motivate my students by tickling their imagination through demonstrations and video clip presentation. Also by providing activities which will assess their prior knowledge and by posing a question or situation probably which will lead them to the topic. Test results and outputs from activities are good measures in determining students' learning, but aside from this, I feel that my students are learning when they start asking questions related to the topic we are discussing, or when a student tries to challenge what I'm saying. Their ability to apply what they have learned from my class in real-life situations is possibly the most reliable measure for student learning. A teacher is the facilitator of and the source of inspiration for learning, and students are the active participants in the lifelong pursuit of knowledge. Regarding evaluation, I consider observations from my supervisors as a way of helping me improve my craft. About grading my students, I use standard-based and alternative assessment. I agree that students should not be graded only on ability alone, but on effort as well, because through effort, students become smart. Usually, students describe me as someone who is academically competent, professional, and friendly. About my classroom management, I usually handle discipline problems based on the positive discipline approach. Students should not be punished immediately for their mistakes or misbehavior. The consequences of their misbehavior must be explained to them fully, and they must be given the chance to improve by extending support. The toughest aspect of discipline for me is punishment. It is something that should be thought of very well, because punishment can either make or break a person. A student who is considered a behavioral problem in the classroom should be dealt with utmost care. I usually do a background check to determine what might be the cause of his misbehavior. I usually refer and seek the help of the guidance counselor for advice and extend activities which I can give to the student. Definitely a differentiated learning instruction is intended for this student. I usually give him other activities suited to his needs. Having said all this, I believe I am qualified professionally as a teacher in a school district. I have the academic expertise, the experience, and the caring heart a professional teacher should possess in order to attain its goal of being a high-performing school. Thank you very much.